Hello, everyone. This is Miss Schneeberger. You can call me Miss Schnee if you like. Today, I just want to go over very quickly how you're going to go about doing your first assignment for ELA class. So when you open the assignment, this is what you will see. So it's our Team Panther ELA Day 1 course overview and expectations. So there's some welcome information in the beginning. Just read through that on your own. And then there will be a little video in section 2 that you should watch to kind of get a little information about how to use Microsoft Teams. Hopefully you've gotten this far. If not, this video might have helped a little sooner, but in theory, you've already had this video in homeroom. Or something similar to it. So skip the beginning part, start at 47 seconds because the login procedure for you guys is different because you go through ClassLink. So this video is a useful reference to show you how to navigate Teams and use the video chat feature and things like that. Once you are done, there's a short multiple choice question. There's no right or wrong answer. You just get credit for doing, the honest answer that you have. So in order to show you this, I'm just going to say I am neither comfortable nor uncomfortable because that's the truth for me. I'm still learning this program just like you guys are. So then you click next. Now we're going to go to our central units. Our first unit is Immigration and American Dream. Our central text is going to be the house on Mango Street. And then we're going to use various other videos, articles, poems, nonfiction, things like that to get us through the rest of that unit. The second unit is the effects on technology on the human psyche and culture. Psyche is just the human psychology on the brain. For this, we're going to use various different short sci-fi stories, articles, maybe some videos, other things like that. Our third unit is called Forgotten Voices, the African American Experience. Also for this unit, there's no one large central text. We're going to use just various short stories, memoirs, articles, videos, and, definitely the things that are coming up in the news right now with the Black Lives Matter movement and things like that. The last one will be Surviving the Teenage Experience, a survey of modern texts. Our main text for this will be The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It is a script because it's a play, and we will use various short stories and articles and videos in both fiction and nonfiction. Here's the deal, though. If we continue to remain remote and we don't return to school by time we get to the third unit, instead of this being the last unit, we're going to read Call of the Wild instead, and that will get moved up here to the third unit, and then Forgotten Voices will become the fourth unit at the end of the year. A lot of this is kind of going to hinge on what happens with the pandemic and remote learning and whatnot this year. So, the first two units are definitely in place. It's once we get around the third and the fourth that we may shift things around. We will do the Forgotten Voices unit. It will just get moved up further in the year, and Call of the Wild will get put in third because that one takes a while to read. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, do you understand? Are you going to send email questions to me? So let's say no, you're going to email me with a question. All right. So remote learning, all the expectations for students. You guys have ClassLink, you have your apps. You should be going on things daily at least for your attendance. We'll talk about that in a little while. And you should be checking your email every single day. You should be looking at Teams for different notices for videos and things like that. OneDrive. All our ELA materials will be found on Teams. Check and complete daily. And for those of you that are cohort A, I'm going to divide up the channels into remote learning and in-school learning. So for those of you who are cohort A, try to save your in-school assignments for the days that you're actually in class because we will go over them. For those of you that are cohort B, once again, try to save those 2 assignments for in class. I'm going to release them on Sunday nights and you may be tempted to do it ahead of time, which is fine. However, when you get into class, then you're going to get a double dose of me explaining it and going over it with you. So you might as well save those for when you're in school. Then there will be a weekly remote unit that we put out every Wednesday, and that will basically be whenever the heck that week you want to finish it. For anybody who's a remote student, you're going to do the same exact assignments as everybody else. They will just be in the classroom assignments, and then where it says remote learning, those are only going to be Wednesday assignments. And that's pretty much it. You're pretty much expected just to check in and look at the stuff every day. Check for messages from your teachers. Message us if you have questions. And I'm just going to move on to the next one here. And like I said, no right or wrong answers. For those of you that are actually coming to school and you are hybrid models or cohort C who are going to be in school every day, the rules for the classroom still apply. All right, come prepared with your necessary materials. We'll talk about that in a second. And be ready to engage in the learning process. We may be having classroom discussions and going over things. And if you have questions, bring them to me. Um, Please make sure that you are wearing your mask every day. You are socially distanced. There will only be about 9 to 10 kids in a room at a time. So there will not be those chances for group assignments and chatting and hanging out with your friends. We have to still maintain those social distance guidelines. Um, you need to respect your peers, your teacher, the classroom, and you're expected to also do things virtually. And when you're working online, that's a whole other story that we will get to. Bullying, destruction of another student's work, school property, any of those disruptive, disrespectful behaviors are not going to be tolerated. Those are all in the student handbook, and you can look those up and review them. Do you understand? Hopefully you do. All right. Our grading policy, assessments, which are tests, essays, larger projects, they're going to be 40% of your grade. Independent work is 15%. Those will most likely be the remote lessons on Wednesdays. And the classwork, which will be the class assignments that we put up, are 45%. All grades are skill based. You can redo assignments and tests and things like that if you have mastered the skill. If you need me to go over things with you because you're not sure how to do something, I'm more than happy to do that. You need to send me a request if you want to do multiple choice and things like that, and you want to do assignments over again. It's better that you put in the effort and do it well the first time rather than going back and making it up. And what I don't want you to do is make up assignments if you're not caught up on the work that you owe me. Last year, it became a huge problem that kids were not doing anything, and then they would cram it all in at one small, tiny moment close to the end of the quarter, and then go back and try to redo as much as they could. It doesn't work that way. So try to do it as well as you can. And if you legitimately have an issue with something, then let me know and we will go over it. Okay. Hopefully, yes, you understand that. Let's move on to the next one. Attendance and chronic absenteeism. So this is going to be a little more difficult because not everyone is in school with us every day. So your attendance is required that you check in daily attendance with your homeroom. So each of your homeroom teachers will have a team for homeroom. They will have an attendance form, and you need to go every single day, whether you are in school or not, and you need, excuse me, to check in attendance with your homeroom teacher. Then your attendance for my ELA course will be determined by what you do. Both everything's going to be on Teams. So what you do on Teams and how much time you're spending on it. So we have something called Microsoft Insights. All right, and that tells us how much time you're working online and how well you're doing. And your grades obviously will depend on how well you've done the assignment. Okay, if you have questions, send me an email. My contact information is all here for you. You can call and leave a voicemail. This goes to the school, but I don't always know it happens. So I'm going to tell you right now, email is the best way to get a hold of me. If you can't get a hold of me right away, or it's over a weekend, or it's after school hours and I'm not checking, if you really, really, really have a question and you need me, send me a message on Teams, and that goes right to my phone and sends me a notification that I have a message. All right, and then required supplies. As much as we may hate these things up here, these masks, we have to wear them daily. You can't be in the building without one on. That includes teachers. That includes anybody who works in the building. So please bring your mask daily. And if you have a cotton mask, make sure you wash it. All right. in a washing machine, pop it in the dryer, kills all the germs. If you don't have washing facilities in your house and that's a problem, wash it under hot water in the sink with soap and water and let it air dry or dry it with a hair dryer. Anything that's going to keep that mask clean. And what I did, I went to Old Navy and they had 5 packs of cotton masks for $12.50. They might be even less right now. And you have one for every single day of the week. If you can buy multiple ones, buy them. If you have the paper ones and you want to throw them away at the end of the day, that's fine. You also need to have your iPad every single day if you are coming to school, and it needs to be charged, and bring your charger just in case. All right. Hopefully, yes, you understand that because it's there you go. All right. So I'm gonna click submit on this. Not that I actually need to, but that is pretty much the end of your first assignment. Now you can go through, read in detail, go through this with your families, with your parents, and let them understand what's going on in your class as well. And I will see you at the next assignment. Thanks very much and have a wonderful day. Good luck.